Vic Mornington, how's everybody doing? So we're having a look at another area, another town in the destination guide. I haven't had a look at the destination guide for a while actually, so I thought I'd take a peek. Now, for all you people wondering, yes, I'm going to be looking at Christmassy places. However, I'm going to be looking at Christmassy places in December, not in November, which is way too early. just saying, just saying. So December, December 1st, be expecting some Christmassy places to pop up, because there's actually quite a number of Christmassy places that's popping up on the destination guide, but it's way too early for that because it's still November. Just saying. Anyway, moving on, we're at a very strict roleplay place, and I've kind of hidden myself in a shed. Well, it's actually a stable, but I've hidden myself in a stable, which is way outside of the main region, because Amiville, I'm thinking that's how they pronounce this place. Amiville in Colorado is what this place is called, and they've got extremely strict rules. When it comes to entering the town, you've got to be in full traditional late 1800s attire kind of thing. You've got to have group tags on, and it's like, I'm only here to make a video, so I'm not going to spend money getting a full 1800s outfit and then have to go through the rigmarole of joining groups and all that just to make a 10-minute video and then not wear that outfit again. I mean, this is one of the major problems with strict roleplay places. They're not really conducive to visitors. They're not. I mean, if you think about it, other roleplay places like New Babbage, for instance, has a much more laxer rule when it comes to people visiting. If you want to visit, you can visit. Simple as that. Other places like Wastelands, for instance, which is a kind of post-apocalyptic set of regions, as long as you've got an OOC tag on and you don't take part in any of the role play that's going on, you kind of stick to the sidelines and observe, you can visit. But Amiville are very strict. At least the signboards I was seeing up in the landing area, very strict. Up in the landing area, you've got to have group, you've got to be in the group, you've got to have period clothes on. It's like list after list, and I'm just like, I'm just here to make a video, leave me alone. So I kind of sneakily teleported down to the ground and broke all the rules, basically. I did, to be honest, just to make this video. But the reason I made the video is because the actual regions look pretty damn good, and that's the reason why I'm here, because I was hearing a lot about this place from a couple of people who are semi-regular role players here at Amiville, and as you can see, it does look like an old world town, because that's basically where it's based. It's based in Colorado. It's based in the latter end of the Wild West era. So you're looking at the mid to late 1800s. You can already tell that by just looking at the layout of the town. It looks as if they're also getting ready for winter, by the way, because they've got one of their regions already winter-fied up. No doubt the rest of the regions is going to be going down the winter trail as well. How many regions does Amiville have? Well, if I go into the world map, here they are. Here, it's also a very odd layout of regions that they've done with this. So you've got 5 up here, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're looking at 11 regions with a very weird layout. So yeah, the main township, by the way, is this region that you're seeing right here. This is the main township, where you've got the saloon, where you've got all the small businesses. The regions that are outliers to that, oh, hold on, I've still got the HUD up, there we go. The regions that are outliers to that is more of, it's more like open ground kind of thing, like the outskirts of a brand new town, or a brand new city being formed. If you look over here, you can see the saloon bar here and this other region is kind of sitting by itself. The landscaping looks as if it's still being worked on. The barn that I'm basically hiding in, if we look at the front of the barn, you can see that chunks of the roof is still missing, so it looks as if this barn is still basically under construction. So the whole premise of this town is, as the name suggests, as the name suggests, and as the setting suggests, you're essentially role-playing in what is the Wild West. There is a whole load of different rules and different things that you need to do when you hit the landing point, and I'm going to be putting the SL URL to the landing point down in the description of this video. But if this is your kind of thing, I mean, if you look at the destination guide and you look at what's available for Wild West or late 1800s, very late 1800s Western American roleplay, there isn't much of a choice out there. There used to be, long time ago, I'm going back like half a decade ago, probably even more, there was a number, about half a dozen or so, Wild West themed towns that were usually about 4 or 5 regions, but a lot of them fell by the wayside. The fact that Amiville has got 11 regions, albeit in a very, very odd layout, but they do have 11 regions, and if we have a look at this world map again, you can see that it is kind of busy with the green dots that are going on here. I mean, you've got 8 down here at Baja, you've got 2, this is residential here, you've got 2 at Deadwood, you've got 11 including me in the main Colorado region, you've got 1 in Silverton, you have got 6 over at Dove Creek. So they are kind of busy here, and taking into consideration it is 7:30 in the evening UK time and it's only 11:30 in the morning US time. What you're basically looking at here is people in the UK and the EU. Now, over the past couple of days, I've been looking at the world map for, I haven't actually visited, but I was looking at the world map for Amiville, taking a look to see how busy it actually gets during peak United States time, and you're looking about 30 to 40 people spread throughout all the 11 regions. So there is a lot of interest going on with Amiville. There's a lot of interest going on with Amiville. But if we have a look in the main township, you can see it's got that classic Wild West look. So you've got wooden slated buildings. So most of them are wooden slated buildings, which is what you would expect. The courthouse, which is what this is of course a brick building, and so there is 1 or 2 other brick buildings that are nestled around the place. But as you can see, as you would expect for the era, that straight through the wall, Vic. As you would expect for the era, they are wooden slated buildings, siding buildings, which is what you would expect for this era, because brick buildings in this era were rather rare. They were rather rare. It was usually the courthouse, the sheriff's office, and sometimes the salon that was made in brick, and all the other buildings were generally made in wood sidings. But this place does definitely have a very authentic feel going on, especially when you bring the camera out or you explore outside of the main town. You're basically going further and further into the wilderness, because that's what you're essentially doing with an old Wild West town like this. And if we just bring the camera over here, where I'm basically hiding right now inside this shed, you can see that a lot of this region is bare. Now, these regions aren't new. These regions have been up for a while now, but you can see that bare feeling of a town that is very slowly starting to spread out from its central township location of over there. So a lot of the regions that are surrounding the core regions of Amiville town are very bare, they're very empty looking, and they're very wilderness looking as well, which is the kind of thing that you would basically expect for a Wild West town of this era. So if this is the kind of thing you're into, you might want to pay it a visit. But once again, when you teleport into the original landing point, there is a path that's laid out with a lot of arrows that kind of directs you where you need to go. Have a look at, a very close look actually, at the signs that are up there in the main landing area, because they do have a very, very strict set of rules that you need to basically follow before you actually enter the place, unless you're me and you decide to ignore all the rules and just teleport straight down. It's like... do as I say, not as I do, basically. It's also one of the reasons why I wanted to get this video done kind of earlier in the evening UK time, because I'm guessing here that if I was to basically do something like this during peak US time, I would basically be immediately kicked out the region because I'm not following the rules. But again, I'm only down here to make a 10-minute long video, so I'm not going to buy a set of clothes and join a whole bunch of groups to basically do a quick 10-minute video and not come back to the regions again. This is, again, I'm going to say this again, it's not conducive to people wanting to visit the region. So there's no doubt going to be people from Amiville that are going to be watching this video. You need to make a slightly laxer set of rules for people who simply want to visit, or people like me that want to blog about your regions or vlog about your regions, because the rules that I've seen up above, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing all that just to make a video. Really? Anyway, that's it from me, folks. Have a good one.